Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to the 9:30 a.m. edition of the Youth Soccer Championship. So we've got a great game here between the Hurricanes, who are from Texas, and the Gators out of Michigan. The Gators have yet to lose a game leading up to the tournament and have been dominant throughout. Few players to watch on the Gators are Emily Matthews and Caitlin O'Malley, who have both played very well so far, as the Gators look to push early on. On the Hurricanes side of the ball, we've got 4 international players that are in the international pool, which is awesome because they've come from all over the world. And a couple early touches early on as the Gators, like I said before, dominant leading up to the championships. And you can tell early on as they've got a chance. It's kicked out and a slide tackle and finally cleared by the Hurricanes. Gators now have the ball down the left sideline, looking to get it in, and it's going to be deflected for a corner kick. So the Gators applying early pressure as we are just a few minutes into this ball game. 35-minute halves are the rules. So this is our second round of games on the day, as we still have 2 more after this, and this is group play. Played short now. Gators look to swing it in, and they do. Header, no good, and it's finally deflected in for a goal. And a goal there by Gaynor. Keeper from the Hurricanes tried to go up and punch the ball out, misread it, and it's punched in. So an early 1-0 lead from the Gators. This is the type of team they've been thus far. They have won every game. They have not drawn a game, and they have not lost a game. They are an impressive team out of Michigan. Now Hurricanes look to play with a bit of pace here. And it's misplayed in the box, and a chance, and no good. I talked to Coach Daniel Hill before as this ball is played into the box, and no one's there. He told me he loves to have his team play with a bit of pace, which we are now seeing early on. Daniel would also like to say hello to his wife, Kelly. So, Kelly, we say hello from overseas, and he wishes you the best, you and your kids. Play it in the middle here, and Gators have it going the other way. Gators with that early goal early on that came from a set play on the corner. And that's deflected out for another corner. Interesting that they set up that set play too. You can tell how well coached they are, as they all know what to do. And we're seeing teams a lot lately playing that short ball, especially since these kids are a lot younger. And it's tougher for them to get the ball into the box, so a play short helps them quite a bit. This is swung in, headed on, and no one there. Sent back in, and that's over for a goal kick. Tulsa, Oklahoma, this side of the Youth Soccer National Championship. We had a lot of rain this morning and overnight last night that led into this morning. A light drizzle throughout most of the first games. And still overcast here, which is exactly what these players want. Tulsa, Oklahoma, very, very hot place this time of the year, and we will see that later this week as temperatures expected to reach close to 100. And play down the left sideline, trying to get a ball back into the middle, but can't. And that's out for another throw-in for the Hurricanes. The Gators are coached by Jeremy Harkins. So I got to talk to him before the game, and he's so proud of the way his team has played leading up to the national championships. And boasting, like I said before, an undefeated record is quite impressive. Gators looking to add pressure, but calm and collected in the back four there for the Hurricanes. And number 12 looks to push here as she pushes ahead. And we are outside the box right now. It's sent in. No one home. These girls, I'm sure, very proud and inspired by the way the U.S. women's national team has played this summer as they beat Japan in the World Cup, See a lot of these young girls out here that admire those players like Alex Morgan, Abby Wambach, and Megan Rapinoe. That's kicked ahead to midfield from the keeper. And a bit of a handball, but play on, says the head referee. Here are the Gators down their right sideline. And a push. Play on, says the ref. And that's out for another Gator corner. That's their third corner already of the game. And then you can see just the pressure that they put. And they play it short again. And it's cut outside. And might have a shot at goal here. It is a shot at goal, but it's right at the keeper. And a save. And a poor job marking there from the Hurricanes as no one was covering the short corner. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Kohl's, Sports Authority, and the MLS. Putting on a great tournament out here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 90 games being played over the next 3 days. Players will get a rest on Friday as that is their off day. Followed by knockout stage and the championships on Saturday and Sunday. This is the U13 age group. The Hurricanes were the Region 3 champs. They are out of South Texas. And the Gators are the Region 2 championships. Region 2 champions. And they are out of Michigan. Throw in here on the left side for the Hurricanes. Gators looking to push already. So that's number 24, and great defense there by number 13. That was Lauren Perot there for the defense for the Hurricanes. But tough to clear out as the Gators keep continuing to apply this pressure and looking to flick on, but it does trickle out for a goal kick. Ball possession, a big factor in this game. Early on, as the Gators have controlled much of this game thus far. We are only about 10 minutes into this game, as you will see on the screen. I do apologize. I am standing pretty far off the field, so it is hard for me to see on the far side of the field, so I apologize if I do not get names or numbers right. It's kicked around there on the opposite side of the field, and the Hurricanes look to push a little bit as they've got a little bit of a Now what can they do here? Down the far side, still has it, and finally kicked out for a throw-in. Be interesting to see what this Gator back four is like, as we haven't seen them much yet early on in this game, but well done there as they kick it out, reset the defense for a corner. Excuse me, for a throw-in. This is kicked around in the box. The Hurricanes look to get on the end of it, but they do not. And is a throw-in on the near side of the field for the Hurricanes. Boy, the Gator pressure has been relentless so far in this ball game, as they're nonstop. Big factor for the Gators, too. They have a lot more subs than the Hurricanes do. Although the heat hasn't arrived yet, it is still cloudy. That could be a factor as the Hurricanes sent into the box. Mishit a little bit and corralled again. Bit of a trip, but nothing called. And a great turn from number 12 there. Seems as if the Hurricanes may have come out with a little bit of nerve, but they have settled down the past couple of minutes. They've started getting some nice pressure ahead. And you got to think that'll be a big factor as the game goes on. Ball still on the far side of the field. And that'll go out for another throw-in on the Gators. Daniel Hill, the coach of the Hurricanes, trying to tell his players to spread the field out as they've been kind of clumped up the entire game. It's important for them to find space on the far side of the field. Now here are the Hurricanes possessing in the back. And that ball is kicked ahead. And the Hurricanes are looking to push again, but are finding a tough time here. And a quick throw in here for the Hurricanes. Interesting so far, the throw-ins this morning, and we saw this a lot in the first game. Teams trying to get a grip on the ball as there's a foul there and a free kick for the Gators. Teams trying to get a grip on the ball. It's tough, though, with this wet surface. It really affected long throw-ins in the first game. And early on in this game, we've seen a couple of balls slip out of the players' hands and go to the other team. So a free kick now. Number 7 for the Gators stands over it. And that is Gaynor. She is looking to send this ball in. Big foot. This might get over the keeper, and it does, but it's over. Boy, that's a tough ball to handle. Not only is the surface wet, but when that surface gets wet, that ball skips. And regardless of your keeper and experience, it's tough to deal with, really at any age level as well. And we've got a throw in for the Gators. As I said before, the Hurricanes have 4 international players right now. And I understand that we have quite a few viewers from all over the world right now, so we appreciate you guys tuning in, and most games of this tournament will be available on the YouTube channel. This is the second of 4 games as the Gators try to send it in, but a good job by the keeper. And an important communication there as you have to call off your defenders when that ball is coming in. This is sent ahead, and for the first time this game, we will see footwork from the Gators keeper. Now here's an offensive chance for the Hurricanes, kicked out, and I believe they are calling that a foul. Yes, an elbow extension there, and that will go the Gators' way as we have our first substitutions of the game. And this is what I'm talking about. You look over at one bench and you only have 3 or 4 players, and you look at the other bench and they've got 5 or 6 players, and they are going to be swapping as much as possible from what I gathered before the game. This is sent ahead, and a great touch there, and that's sent into the box. But the Hurricanes defender is there, and that was number 23, Young. Long throw in now, and that ball, once again, players having a tough time getting a grip on it. Sent ahead now as the Hurricanes possess the ball, and you can just see how well that defense is staying together on the Gators. It's important to hold the line, and you can tell that the Gators are playing an offsides trap early on in the ball game. Oh, and a lovely touch there. Still going is number 11, and now passed off and tried to cut in, but great defense there from Young, number 23 on the Hurricanes. She has been a stopper so far in this game and has been one of the better players. And here come the Hurricanes trying to get it forward, and lovely footwork there from Oliveri. Oliveri, one of the players that many scouts are keeping an eye on. Said to be a very solid soccer player. This ball's played in the middle, and a bit of a dangerous ball there. You don't often like to play the ball there to the center of the field. So players knocked down, and going forward again are the Gators. And here come the Hurricanes going the other way. We've seen a physical game thus far. Not a lot called from the ref. We'll see how this continues to play out as the day goes on. And that will bring us our mandatory water break. This players get a minute. Now, if you're watching the game on the stream right now, you might say, well, why in the heck are we taking a water break? Well, we got a bit fortunate today as Tulsa, Oklahoma is a very hot place. And although it does look overcast today, it is humid. And that is something that the committee of this tournament decided to do before the game before the tournament started is have a mandatory water break at every 15 to 20 minutes whenever they find a good stoppage in play. Head referee has done a fantastic job thus far this game, letting the players play a bit. And we'd like to thank our sponsor of this game, Tuberu Sports Group, as this broadcast is brought to you also by Kohl's, by Mango Org, by Nesquik, and by Nike, Liberty Mutual Insurance, Olive Garden, Sports Authority, Wilson Trophy Company, and Capri Sun. So we would like to thank all of our sponsors for helping us out and putting on such a great tournament down here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. As play resumes after the water break, we've got some play in the defensive third of the Gators, and a kick forward. Interesting, this surface. Very difficult to get a read on this ball. And here comes a push from the Hurricanes, and that's flicked ahead by number 10. And we're going to get a stoppage in play as we have 2 new subs coming on. As the new players trade sub jerseys and will come onto the pitch. Again, an early goal in the first few minutes from the Gators has been the storyline so far of this game. Not the cleanest of goals scored. A little bit of a confusion defensively for the Hurricanes that allowed the Gators to get a foot on it and put it in the back of the net. Now here come the Hurricanes trying to push up and misplayed a little bit. Sent back into the box and then cleared. I'm impressed with the Gators' defense thus far, too, as they've done a good job of clearing the ball. And that's something that I feel like young players don't understand often, is sometimes the better option is just to clear the ball out when you're getting pressured on defense. Helps to reset, get some defenders back, and it really is a smart move. Now the Gators kick it up the field, and a lovely ball down the sideline. That's played up. But no numbers pushing forward yet for the Gators. As the Gators are dropping back a little bit. Seems as if they're trying to force the Hurricanes to make a little bit of a mistake. But we haven't seen that yet, besides the goal early on. And lovely footwork there by number 10 on the Hurricanes, who kicks it up. That was just incredible, the way that she wove through 3 defenders there. Now on the far side of the field, looking to get a shot in. Can't find one, and it's cleared out by the Gators. And yeah, the Gators doing a great job of kicking the ball out, as now they have tons of space to work with and a bit of a counterattack here. And a foul, and we're going to get a long free kick from the Gators. And the Gators now have a long free kick. Let's see what they're going to try to do with this. And they're going to send it in. Sent in low. Skips through almost everyone. But can't find the final touch to get into the goal. Gators up 1-0 early on in this game. Deflected and out on the near sideline. And some substitutions coming on for the Hurricanes here, as that is number 3, Graham. Ball played at midfield and ahead now for the Hurricanes. Weather has continued to stay cool, although very humid, here at the Youth Soccer National Championship. This is played on the near side for the Hurricanes, and that's out for a corner kick. Excuse me, a throw-in. Again, I apologize. From my perspective of the field, it's tough to see if, the difference between a corner kick or a throw-in. This will be a long throw-in for the Hurricanes. Let's see if they can get it into the mix here. Here's the throw. Pushed down in the box. A little bit of what looked to be a handball from here, but nothing comes of it. Hurricanes starting to apply some pressure. As number 22 now possesses it, over to 9 on the left side. Looking to swing it into the box. Now that's turned over by the Hurricanes, and the Gators have it. And they will take it in their defensive half. Gators lead this game 1-0. An early goal off a corner kick that was played short early on. Played short, swung into the box. And it took a little bit of deflection into the goal. Wasn't the cleanest of goals for the Gators, but that doesn't make a difference as the score is 1-0 at this point. And a swarm of defenders there surround number 10, and although she is their best player, you can't do anything when you have 4 players on you at once. And that'll go out for a Gator throw-in. Kicked around now. Gators trying to get the ball back and send it into the box, but they cannot. As the humidity and the temperature have started to rise over the past couple hours. The rain early on in the early games kept it cool, but as this game has gone on, and as the first game started to get into the second half, you could feel that temperature rising just a bit. And now the Gators have it at the top of the box. Looking to get a shot. Can't find one. Send it over. 2 players go down. Nothing comes of it. Gators continue to press as number 14 has it. And now up to 22 and calmly put away from the defender from the Hurricanes. Now a long throw in for the Gators. This will be played down line and then flicked on. And another throw in. So important at this age group on throw-ins to make sure you're keeping it down the line. Just keep working your way down there. Now the Gators have it on the right side of the field. Sent in. A header chance, no good, flicked out. And we did get a push in the back there on the Gators. Lovely ball in, trying to find a head. Couldn't find one, and in the end, a push in the back gives a free kick to the Hurricanes. A goal before halftime would do wonders for this Hurricanes team and bring them a lot of confidence, as they're been struck a little early on from an early goal from the Gators. Now here are the Hurricanes finding a little bit of space and a lovely turn from number 9 who kicks it ahead. And now 3 has it, and she has a shot on goal, but no good, and right to the goalie. Keeper corralled it there, and really no issues as she boots it up the field. Wind not playing a factor in today's match, which some factor when you're playing soccer around this time of the year. Now kicked up the field. Here are the Gators looking to find some room down the back line. They don't. It's deflected, and we've got a corner. Be interesting to see if the Gators play a short corner here again. It's kind of been their go-to play throughout most of this first half. It's what they scored on to get their first goal. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Hurricanes are far back if they don't play it short once again. Now the Gators have it for a corner. And it looks like no one's running up short quite yet, as this one might be sent in. And yes, it will be. Sent into the box, and a great ball. Ooh, and lucky there for the Hurricanes as the keeper overran it. Tried to punch it out. Could not. Yet no one was there back door to finish. And now a corner kick for the Gators, and another dangerous opportunity, and you don't want to let up a goal for the Hurricanes before halftime. Header wide open. No one marked two on the Gators, and Hurricanes fortunate enough to walk away without a goal there, as there was nobody within 3 or 4 yards of her, and if you get that much space in the box off a corner, that's like having 10, 15 yards. Brought down. Gators still have it. Sending it ahead. And kept in there from the Hurricanes. And back to the keeper. Oh, the Gators have it. They'll push ahead. And this is a knuckleball sit into the box, but no one there. And a good clear there from the Hurricanes. This ball is sent in and tried to flick it on. It was number 22 on the Gators, but could not. And that'll wrap up our first half. So the Gators take an early 1-0 lead against the Hurricanes. We've got an action-packed second half coming back in about 5 or 10 minutes. Well, welcome back into the second half as an early goal again in the half for the Gators. Tucked away in the bottom right corner. And that is a 2-0 lead. Gators have just been a different animal at the beginning of the game and then the beginning of the second half. As they've scored early on both times. And here's going to be a throw-in for the Hurricanes. And a shove in the back, and that will get a free kick in a dangerous position for the Hurricanes. This is good. They haven't had a chance yet like this in this game, so it's important for them to capitalize on this. If they don't get a goal, at least get a good ball in and a good shot on goal, if possible. Sent in, headed out, still down, and goes wide, just to the left there. Long goal kick kicked out, and the Gators have the ball going the other way, and a little bit of a counter going on here for the Gators. Kicked left. And taken into the box. Tried centering pass there. It was deflected and out for the corner. And a long corner going to be taken here by the Gators. We saw a lot of short corners there in the first half, and one produced a goal. This one's long. It's sent into the box, deflected at the front of the post, and pushed out. And here's a break now for the Hurricanes as number 3 tries to get on it. That was Graham again involved. She was involved in a lot of plays in the first half. How is this kicked ahead? And kicked out for a throw-in. Good job there from the Gators, kicking the ball out. Allowing the defense to reset. And this is kicked out for another corner. The Gators have possessed quite a bit in this game. Ball possession, I would say around 60-40. Hurricanes with not a lot of shots on goal. But a big corner here. Swung in, headed up, and headed wide. That ball was just kicked a bit behind where I think she wanted it to go, as the players in the box had to backtrack just a bit. And just that little bit of backtrack made that ball go wide. And calmly brought down by number 25 for the Hurricanes as she got it back. And they will look to push. The Hurricanes have really done a lot better of a job this half of keeping possession, pushing it, I think now it really comes down to a standpoint of can they stay confident? Be huge for them to get one back. But we have talked about the Gators as they have been dominant in their road up to the Youth National Championships, as they have not lost a game. They have not drawn a game either. So really an impressive performance from the Gators thus far, and they've continued to ride that wave into group play. This is the first round, the prelims of the tournament. Games Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. An off day Friday as a shot is deflected for the Gators. Kicked up and out. After the off day Friday, these players will have Saturday and Sunday where they will play the knockout stage and the championship. Now this is sent into the box for the Gators. Look to get a shot on goal. They don't. Deflected, batted around, and now out for a throw-in. And here's a throw-in for the Gators, number 71, a short throw-in. It's brought down, played in the corner, trying to get the ball in. And I think they might here. Yes, they do. And it's kicked out. And we've got an offsides by the sideline referee, and that'll go the other way. Gators with a goal early on in the first half to open this game and put them up 1-0, and then early on in the second half, the Gators picked up another goal. So it's been two early strikes for the Gators that have helped them jump out to a 2-0 lead. Now the Gators have possession. They look to push down the left sideline, trying to send that ball in. They can't, and it's good defense there by the Hurricanes. As a bit of rain begins to fall. Once again, it's been kind of spitting all morning. We got a good hour and a half of no rain at all, but as we look at the skies, you could see possible clouds producing more rain as this afternoon moves on. Obviously, player safety a big thing. And I know the fine folks over here at Mohawk Sports Complex have got all the right equipment to keep the players safe, keep the fans safe. And we've got an offsides. The rain, for the time being, looks to be going south of us. Now down the left side for a throw-in. The Gators out of Michigan were the Region 2 champions, and the Hurricanes were the Region 3 champions out of Texas. This is the U13 age group in the tournament. This is the second round of games on the day. So the next round will start at 11:30, followed by the final games of the day at 1:30. This is pushed ahead by 71. She's been involved, and she still has it. And advantage was played there. And a good job by the head referee giving advantage, but he does go back and decides that he will give a foul. That foul was called on the Hurricanes. Here's a near side free kick from Gator. She's got a big foot. She's sent a lot of the free kicks into the box today. As she sends this one deep. Doesn't quite get to the box, but that was from just about midfield, just inside midfield. As rain continues to somewhat fall. And here's number 3 from the Hurricanes, and they've got a break. She takes it into the box. She's got a chance. Centering, no good. No one there. Boy, in that situation, you almost got to think it might have been smart just to put one on goal. That was rifled across the middle, and no one was there. Obviously, the right play there was to play it towards the middle, but I think in that situation, with only 1 or 2 people being in the middle and 3 or 4 defenders back, I think you take a shot on goal there, especially with how hard she hit it. Nevertheless, free kick and a big one as a 3-man wall will try to stand as tall as possible in this. Important to swing a free kick into the mixer here. Let's see what the Hurricanes can do. Ball sent in and just wide. And that, man, talk about wasted opportunities. It's tough because you're limited to so many against a good team like the Gators. So when you do get a window of a chance, it's important that you at least put it on frame, put it on goal. Didn't happen there, and another goal kick for the Gators. I will say the Hurricanes have played much better in the second half, as they try to get a goal and see if they can get a little bit of life. That's kicked ahead. Kicked ahead and out of bounds. And a throw-in. It was a weird little play there. So Hurricanes are trying to go as fast as possible here. You can tell that they're not trying to rush anything, but playing with a bit more pace, playing a little upbeat. And that has helped them so far in this game. A nice crowd here on Field 6 at Mohawk Sports Complex. Long traveling of the summer for all these players as we head towards the end of the summer, the end of July, as this is one of the final tournaments. Kicked ahead, and what a lovely touch brought down from 7. She might look to have a go at goal, but she decides not to and kicks it wide and then out by the Hurricanes. A bit of confusion there as the Gators now do have a throw in. And this is going This gets kicked ahead and out of bounds. Over here under the U-Haul truck as this ball rolls right by me. Hands on the hips and on the head of most players at this point in the game. We will get our mandatory water break here in the next 5 or 10 minutes. And a throw in here. Not to toot my own horn here, but I did snag that last ball that went out of bounds. This is flicked ahead and brought back down. And what lovely footwork there. Down the near side and continuing to go. 71 for the Gators has been awesome on defense. Oh, and an unlucky play there as trying to send it ahead and just caught it in the back of the head. Here's 7. As she plays it wide, sent in and back out. Now on the far side of the field, doing a great job, and boy, a lot of contact there. Should have been a foul. I don't think the ref saw it, and we do play on. This is played in the box for the Gators as they have another chance. Centered in, and the goalie has it, now doesn't have it, and it's safely kicked out for a corner. Hurricanes got lucky there as the ball just squirted out. And we talked about earlier that surface making that ball wet. Even with the nice gloves that the keepers have, that's not easy. So now we have a corner for the Gators as they look to tack on another goal. Sent in, far post, headed out. That'll be a throw-in on the far side. Check that. That'll be a goal kick. What can the Hurricanes do here as they've got 2 new subs coming in and a whole fleet of subs coming in for both teams? 2 players coming on for the Hurricanes as we've got a mass substitution for the Gators, and 4 players are coming on. I talked about this in the first game, and I don't know if you can be comfortable with a 2-0 lead at this point in the game, but certainly the comfort level is there for Coach Harkins, as you probably think that he will rest some of his top players maybe until the water break, and then send them back onto the pitch. And that is going to bring us to our mandatory water break. Happens 1 time a half. Would like to take the time and thank anyone and everyone who's listening across the United States and across the world, as I know we have 4 international players on the Hurricanes. Just an awesome event that is put on here in Tulsa. You got to think, if kids these ages and being able to play on a stage like this is a pretty big deal. And as the games go on and you get more into the semifinal championship games, I'm sure we will see a lot more excitement, and the stakes will be raised quite a bit. So as everyone catches a quick break, get some water, get some Gatorade, we will just begin to resume play here in the next few minutes. Here's a long throw in here for the Hurricanes. As they try to possess the ball in the midfield. Yeah, this is played all the way back to the keeper as she comes way out of her box to retrieve it. She kicks it up, and she kind of stands there after she kicks it. I'd better be careful that the Gators don't quickly get it and rip a shot. And this ball goes out of play for a Hurricane throw-in. Hurricanes showing a little bit more of offensive pressure this half, but the back four of the Gators has been resilient thus far. Ooh, and a tough collision there as there could have been a foul. Nothing called, and we will play on. Flicked ahead now. Hurricanes trying to find their place. Trying to do anything they can to get something going. Kicked ahead and out. And another throw for the Gators. And the Gators applying more pressure. Important kick out there from the keeper on the Hurricanes as it finds a Hurricane midfielder. Hurricanes backtracking and looking to send that ball back down the field. Now in the box, the Gators are trying to get a shot on goal, but to no avail. Clouds beginning to break in some parts of the sky just a little bit. Might see the sun start poking through here in the next few hours as this is kicked ahead. A 2-0 game still here in the second half. The Gators struck early in the second half and early on in this game in the first half. And the Gators pushing ahead, and a shot on goal, and it is a goal. A great goal there from the Gators. Buried it bottom right. Ripped to the back of the net. And that's a 3-0 lead for the Gators. We talked about them early on, how they were really a team to watch for coming into this tournament. No losses, no draws. And they've capitalized so far today. That was by far the best goal that we've seen from the Gators thus far. So that was a beautiful shot on goal and tucked into the bottom right corner. So that is a 3-0 lead for the Gators. Deflected and out, and a throw-in. First day here at the Youth Soccer National Championships. First game on Field 6 produced a game that was much like this one. And the Gators pushing ahead, and a shot on goal, and it is a goal. A great goal there from the Gators. Buried it bottom right. And that was the replay of the goal that you just saw. And now the Hurricanes are pushing ahead. And a lovely little touch sent into the middle, and great defense there from the Gators. And a kick in the knee is 13 on the Hurricanes. Whiffed the ball a bit. Four new subs coming on for the Gators as they've mass subbed for, this is the second time this half that they've done this. And the next team starting to arrive on Field 6 for the next round of games, which begin at 11:30 Central Time. Gators leading this game 3-0 still. And they have been the dominant team thus far. Heels click and a throw in here. Gators lead this game 3-0, and a goal just a few minutes ago, which was the best of the game. This is kicked around, played into the middle of the field, and a good turn there from number 9. Kicked out, and someone's going to have to chase that ball down. Number 13 on the Gators looks to throw it in. That is Morgan Harkins. One thing to keep in mind about this game, as we are in pool play still, so goal differential will be something to keep an eye on as a little ball trickles back to the Gators keeper. Check that. That was the Hurricanes keeper that ball trickled to. Now at midfield. Oh, and a lovely turn, and what could have been a break for the Gators ends up being a turnover, and ball is kicked around a bit in the midfield. This ball is lovely. Played into the middle of the field. And the Gators have done a terrific job spacing out, really switching the ball well, switching fields. Communication has been a key as well. When you are playing in this age group, it is difficult sometimes to get a read on one another, as these are still young kids. Ball's kicked around a bit in the midfield, and eventually corralled from the Gators. Middle of the field, there's another chance for the Gators. They flick it on to the left side. Number 11's got it. She kicks it ahead to 16, and in the middle, we are going to get a goal kick. They are actually calling that offsides. So here's the free kick from the Hurricanes. But the Gators quickly get it back. We are into the 67th minute of this game. Remember, we do play 35-minute halves, so we are getting down to the end of this game. Kicked ahead. The Gators now have it on the right side. And just a few minutes of stoppage time left before this game's wrapped up. Gators leading 3-0. Now at the midfield, Hurricanes looking to get one last goal if they can. One goal, I should say, to get on the board. Again, we talked about this before, but goal differential could play a factor in which teams move on. So even if you are out of a game, you want to keep playing until the last minute. Gators now possess the ball in the midfield. Referee taking a look at his watch as this game is coming to an end. And another ball that trickled right in front of the goal. Almost looked like it went in. And now it does go in. And that's 4. That's a 4 spot for the Gators. Boy, that first chance skimmed across the goal. And you thought someone would be there. And then it's sent back in, and it's another goal for the Gators. That is a 4-0 lead now for the Gators. And that is the final whistle. So a goal at the end there for the Gators. And a tough break for the Hurricanes, but definitely put up a good fight. Our next round of games start at 11:30 a.m. Central Time on this same channel. Field 6 is this field. We do have 4 other fields going on at the moment. So the Gators win this one 4-0. Stay tuned for the 11:30 games.